The Kloppers Park community in Bedfordview, eastern Johannesburg, is still shaken after waking up to an alleged hostage situation. A man held 6 people against their will in the early hours of this morning, and police officers were called to the scene. Some were wounded in an ensuing shootout. Newsroom Africa's Mavela Masondo has more. Mavela, good to speak with you. What do we know at the moment from what's transpired earlier on today?
Well, Hugo, what we have heard already is that there were a hostage situation that took place here, and we understand that it was a family matter that ended up in that hostage situation. A 38-year-old man holding about 6 people hostage. The police were called into the scene, and unfortunately then he started shooting at them, and we understand at this very point 3 were wounded. But we've got Gauteng spokesperson for SAPS to speak to us about this. But Masondo, if you could briefly make us understand, how did we end up with this hostage situation?
Yes, it started yesterday, according to the information that we've got. There was a fight between the husband and the wife last night, and the wife then left with the kids and went to a family friend's where she slept there. In the morning, she came back with the kids and the family friend, and the husband was still inside the house. So when they were inside the house, the fight started again. So it's then that the family friend went out to call the police. After that, she went back to the house. Our members responded. So when they arrived at this house, they found that the husband is holding the wife, the family friend, and the kids hostage. We then summoned our hostage, SAPS hostage negotiator, as well as the task force. And then they came here. Okay, before that, when the police arrived, the first police that responded, when they arrived, so then he started shooting at the police that responded first, and 3 of our members were injured. So then we summoned our task force as well as the hostage negotiator. So he was still inside the house with the kids and the wife. And we then started negotiating with him. He then released all the victims, which is the wife and the kids. He then surrendered himself to the police. The police, our members that were injured, it's 3 of them, and they were taken to hospital. They are in a serious but stable condition. The family friend that was also shot, she's also in hospital.
So in total, how many people were shot?
In total, it's 4 people that were shot. It's 3 police officers and a family friend who is a female.
And where's this gentleman now?
The suspect, as I'm saying, that he surrendered himself, so he was arrested. So he's facing charges of 4 attempted murder, kidnapping, as well as assault on the wife.
And what's the way forward now that he's been arrested?
Yes, obvious. Then he will be charged and he will appear in court in the next 48 hours.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, that's the incident that has taken place here. Of course, the community has also come out to sort of see what is taking place and what happened. But that home, being that home just right behind us, this is where it took place. When we arrived, we also saw forensics going in, taking some of the pictures. We understand this will form part, of course, of the evidence that will be used much later. 4 people wounded, and we understand that that situation started because of a family dispute.
Mavela, before we let you go, are we aware if there was exchange of gunfire between the police and this individual?
Well, we can actually bring in Masondo to speak to us about that. But Masondo, do we know if the police did respond with fire to this 38-year-old when he started shooting at them?
No, when the police arrived, they didn't fire any shot. So as soon as they arrived, entered the house, then he started shooting at them.
And did they shoot back at him?
No, they didn't shoot back at him then, yes. So as I'm saying that, no, they were then injured then then we called for backup and they were taken to hospital.
Thank you very much. Well, Hugo, as you can hear there from the SAPS saying that, well, point that was important at that point was to make sure that they do arrest them. As a result, they did not fire back, but he did shoot and wound 4 people.
Mavela Masondo coming to us from Bedfordview in the east of Johannesburg.